Whoa! Rare sighting. At least for now. Oh man, okay, so my stepdad, Alan Daniel, makes amazing cold brew. Shout outs to him. He great guy, and honestly, with his never miss cooking and his coffee, he could open up a 5-star cafe tomorrow. And then you get the waiting staff, and hopefully they get treated well each day. And knowing Alan, he would make sure that would happen. It's kind of a tried and true statement. I'm sure you've heard it by now, but for the past, I'd say a decade, there's been people talking about how you can see someone's true character by how they treat a waiter. And oftentimes, because that waiter is only, quote, relevant to that person because they get them their food, they could be extremely rude to them, which often is a red flag telling you that they're a pretty rude person in general. But it's not just that. There are some people that have, quote, bad days. But what you can do in your power is to make sure that just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you should add that to other people potentially having a bad day. I think halting negativity is a strong skill to have. You have to start from the get-go, start from the bottom, but the bottom is great. In the past, on Mondays, I've talked about how the grass is greener and to stop and smell the roses. And I think oftentimes, if you let the grass is greener effects get to you, while also being negative with something that might have happened in your day, your car breaks down, you find out you get a cavity at the dentist, it can quickly down spiral out of control. And unfortunately, if you let that get out of control and then you go to a restaurant and you treat someone badly because of that, or your own friends and family, you could say, oh, I'm having a bad day, and maybe that person will be open to wanting to listen to you, but it's important to not let your negativity alienate yourself. When you alienate yourself, it can affect the entire room, and honestly, it can affect the entire establishment. There's jokes about people going to the Applebee's bar, or just a bar in general, and they're having an awful day, and they're cursing up a storm, yelling and screaming, and it alienates themselves. It creates a negative environment to the point that they could get kicked out. So I'm not, just advising to, control negativity in the case of living for a better lifestyle. It's honestly just going to start affecting other people and could just get you kicked out of places. And so I think negating negativity, it's tough because you don't want to be obviously a toxic optimist. I've met people that, they even when things that aren't that good happen, it becomes a form of delusion where they're like, oh, that's okay. It'll, and then it goes into them making excuses, especially if it's about a person that is known to have constant forms of negativity. A self-centered narcissist, someone that feels sorry for themselves all the time, and then they get narcissistic enablers and or people that just enable them because they cater to all their negativity. So it creates this cycle of the person that's constantly alienating themselves in an environment. They're going to keep doing it more and more because it gets them attention, right? Rather than going through a professional or just a nice, simple form of meditation and recognizing what you have in your own power to fix things. And, going back to people often show who they are by how they treat others. They say, you should treat the CEO and the janitor with equal respect. And I agree. I think you should treat everyone with good mutual respect until that respect is lost. If I see someone that's constantly alienating themselves and feeling sorry for themselves, and then they let that affect how they treat others, I'm already losing respect for that person. They have something in their power to choose what they say and choose what they do. You can help them, but there's only so much. As my awesome grandma Nyla has said, you give them a hand up, not a handout. It really is teaching someone to fish. And sometimes, that can be a case where even when you try to do that over and over, they're not, changing themselves in terms of, oh no, I stubbed my toe against the staircase. Now I'm going to try to make that negativity be an effect towards everyone I'm around today, right? In fact, there are people that they'll make that their conversation starter. And I'm not talking about, oh, I stubbed my toe today and it's comedic. Yeah, I think that would be funny. You'd be like, oh, hey, Pete, how you doing? I'm doing good, minus the stubbed toe, but I don't think I'll need surgery, so I think I'm okay. And then, oh, whoa, something like that. There you go. Wow, Comedy Central's calling me right now. One sec. Oh, no, false alarm. Okay, anyway, it's my fax machine. I swear it works. And so I think the thing with training yourself to not let your negativity affect others not only will help others continue to have a good day, or at least an okay day, but people will start looking at you and be like, wow, that person just keeps at it in life. And I think that's a big thing to do, is you keep at it each day. There's gonna be hardships just in general. We try to stop those hardships, but it's good to take on challenge overall. Keep at it, never give up, learn from your mistakes, and treat people with mutual respect. I love Mondays.